pẹ̀lú èlùbọ́ ẹ máa ń ta èlùbọ́ láfún ẹ tún ta ti ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ báwo lẹ ṣe ń ta èlùbọ́ láfún yẹn.
ṣé a máa ń ta èlùbọ́ láfún yẹn ike 15 garawa 6000 ike garawa.
Garawa yẹn ni péèlì àbí yẹn ni 6000 then only 15 ni
ike ọ̀dà.
Ike ọ̀dà yẹn ok ẹ dá tún sọ nípa àwọn ìyókù náà èlùbọ́ ẹni agbódò àbí kílẹ̀ pé mà.
Ègbodò èlùbọ́
ẹ dá sọ nípa price.
Price ègbodò yẹn ike ọ̀dà 10,000 ike ọ̀dà 10,000 garawa 35.
Ìyẹn wọ́n ju
láfún lọ.
ẹ dá sọ nípa mílẹ̀tì tẹ́ ń tà náà.
Mílẹ̀tì yẹn ìyá ń tà mọ́ra.
Kí wàá ní ìdí tí price ti Ìjẹ̀bú ṣe ju ti Ọ̀yọ́.
Ibi tán ṣe ìgbé wà ní owó mọ́tò yàtọ̀ ṣíṣe dẹ̀ tún yàtọ̀ síra ló ṣe yà lólúwẹ̀ ní price ti Ìjẹ̀bú yẹn ṣe wọ́n jù tó dẹ̀ wọ́n púpọ̀.
nípa ọ̀dà nǹkan tẹ̀ ń tanu àti price ọ̀hún ní ilé báyìí àwọn tá a ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ àti sọ nípa èlùbọ́ láfún ní ilé báyìí àwọn tá a ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ àti sọ nípa èlùbọ́ láfún àti sọ nípa gàrí ẹ dá sọ àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ tí a ti sọ tẹ́ tó tán.
Èlùbọ́ slice yẹn báàgì ẹ̀ 30,000 náà wà.
Èlùbọ́ slice.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èlùbọ́ iṣu slice 30,000 ti 30,000 báàgì ẹ̀ 30,000 báàgì ẹ̀ garawa ẹ̀ 12,000 a dẹ̀ tún ta kí ẹ̀ náà 1,000.
Ike 3,000 garawa 12,000 báàgì ẹ̀
30,000
fún èlùbọ́ iṣu.
èlùbọ́ iṣu.
èlùbọ́ wo ló tún àmì bí.
èlùbọ́ ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ike là ń tà yẹn.
Ike lẹ́ ń tà yẹn.
5,000 la tà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Òkè nínú gbogbo àwọn ọjà tí wọ́n ń tà yìí èlùbọ́ iṣu èlùbọ́ ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ èlùbọ́ èwo làwọn yẹn máa ń rà jù náà.
Kò sí èyí tí wọ́n láì.
A rí pé ọdún tuntun la ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mú àṣeparí ọdún ni so mo fẹ́ béèrè pé ní ìsìn àti ní nǹkan bí oṣù díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn bí oṣù márùn-ún nígbà tá a fẹ́ parí last year 2025 sí ìsìn ṣé ọjà yẹn ṣé ó ń lọ sókè ní àbọ̀ wálẹ̀.
Ó ń wálẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀.
Àwọn wo ló ń wálẹ̀ nù.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti ń wálẹ̀ sí.
Gàrí ń wálẹ̀ àwọn èlùbọ́ wa ń kọ́.
Èlùbọ́ náà ń wálẹ̀ àgbàdo gbogbo ẹ̀ wálẹ̀.
Èló lẹ̀ ń ta àwọn èlùbọ́ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ ìlú à ń ta 3,000 ike nísìnyí 15.
3,000 ike tẹ́lẹ̀.
wọ́n rà ní níjẹ̀bú tí Ọ̀yọ́ à ń lọ sí Sábó Ọ̀yọ́ níta tí ń rà ní.
so ní téèyàn bá fẹ́ ra foodstuff ní bíbá yìí àgbàdo àti èlùbọ́ àti gbogbo ẹ̀ èwo ni nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé owó ò pọ̀ jù téèyàn bá fẹ́ rà ní bíbá yìí.
Gàrí yẹn lẹ́sì dáadáa láfún náà lẹ́sì dáadáa owó ẹ̀ ò pọ̀ jù ó wà nọ́mà.
ẹ ṣé gan-an fún àkókò.
ókè ọkọ mi.
Good morning ma, how you dey?
I dey fine, sir.
Wetin be the name?
My name is Mrs. Ayandeji.
Mrs. Ayandeji. So na Bariga market we dey today so I want me to tell us yourself wetin dey sell for this market.
I dey sell pepper for this market. This place is a Siriki compound market in Bariga roundabout. So I dey sell tomato, bawa, pepper as you want in baskets, in paints, in any quantity you like 500 naira as you want it to be. No, this time around there is pepper is many, full everywhere. This December time reach like February, March before it will rise up again. So in any quantities you want, I have it.
Okay, so you tell us now, say if person wan buy pepper for this Bariga market, say if they sell them for baskets, if they sell them as they want, they fit get am. And you talk say pepper e plenty this time well.
They plenty this time well. Okay. Like if you want to cook now, you have like 1,000 naira, you can cook soup.
So that means say if you give me pepper be that.
I fit give you.
Okay, so when you come look am now, say you say all this pepper, I say dem fresh well. You know say na different some people dey call some esha wey be say you know dey too fresh. You dey sell that kind one, or na only this fresh one dey sell?
I dey sell the esha, but that time as I first come in the morning, I will select it for people who need it for food. People, I just carry one go out now, go give people wey go grind am for them, like food people, but na fresh esha. I know they said the esha wey don rot, the way they smell. If you see the one wey I carry go now, you go sound as it's fresh, like this one, but it don break small small.
But this one a fresh one. You know, say normally e good say make person dey chop fresh pepper well e good make person dey chop am pass esha, because this one dey more nourishing pass all this one.
And it's dey more nourishing, but that esha is for those people that they are using it to cook food in big way, so they cannot be buying all this one. Some people are buying it for what they are selling food, but they will be in maybe in restaurants or in a Javi, like Magodon side. They used to buy all this type. For people who are selling food in this local area, no, people who want to buy food now, their food is too cost, they will not buy it. But that fresh esha, they can buy it because it will be fresh. Tomato will be fresh, the pepper will be fresh, the bawa will be fresh. We just select it early in the morning. Just give them people who grind it, they will grind for them. That's how it is.
Now make come talk, how much will be basket of tomato for you?
Basket of tomato now, as here today now, they say like 30,000 for basket. There is some 25, there is some 20, but as the grade, you know,
as e big,
no, as e fresh, some will be a sharp, too much a sharp. That one, price will be low, like 20. But the one that is very fresh and okay, it will be 30, 32, 28, 25. That's the price.
So now, as e fresh, you dey use sell price. So for you now, if person wan come buy basket of tomato, if you get am for 30,000, if it's fresh here.
If you want to buy it as fresh, yes, you can get it now for that 30,000.
So now I say the price don't come down. Let's say like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, how much did they sell that basket?
That 5 months ago, we are selling basket like 60,000, 55. Yes, basket of tomato 70,000. That 5 months ago. Even pepper is 100 plus. But now
it don't come down.
Yes, that 100 plus pepper now is now 30,000, 35. That's how it is. And with pepper, have small bag like 10,000. They are selling 10,000, 12,000. So that's how it is.
Okay, for tomato now basket they sell.
Yes,
but small baskets today now.
No small basket this time around. Now only big basket and crates. That crate, one of the crates can fill this bag. It's crate like the one that they used to put plates in party. You know that type of plate. So they used it to put bring tomato soup. So that one is service.
How much be that crate?
That one they are selling in 15,000. They are selling 13,000 as it's fresh.
Okay, as it's fresh. So now this basket fee cost 30,000. Crate 15,000 as it's fresh. Now we don't talk about tomato. Now maybe you can talk about this rodo where they sell. How they sell rodo and how much be bag of rodo now?
Bag of rodo now, I've told you that time in 5 months back, that bag just is 100 plus, but now
you mentioned saying now 100
to 30,000 naira. Now
now that part I 1 year if you don't come down.
Yes, that is 30,000 now. Big bag, the bag will be like this. It will reach like this and it will dry and very okay. It's 30,000 naira.
Okay, the bag is big.
Bag too for heavy as your price is. There is small bag that say like 12,000, 10,000. That one day. But if you want the big bag for this type, now a big bag is 30,000 naira.
Okay, so for before that rodo now 100,000, it don't become 30,000 now. Then the one where they sell 12,000 naira now, the small bag, like how much they sell them before?
50,000 that time. But now you have gone down to 10,000, 12,000, 15,000. As you want it to be fresh to dry.
So when you talk about that bawa, how you they sell that one?
That bawa now don't come down because before bawa they sell cost like 70,000, but now bag of bawa is 30,000, 25,000 as it dry, and his bag now big bag, not be small bag, and it dey fresh now. It no be like before.
So now only pepper they sell for a year.
Yes.
So make you talk where you can they buy all this pepper from?
It's from my 12 we are buying it. Yes. You know, it's myself is international market. Every market is going there from quantity like big trailer. So we small trailer we go there and buy like I can buy like 2 baskets. Some can buy like 5 baskets, but me I used to buy like 1 or 2 baskets every day.
So now every day they go there buy. Okay.
If I say finish tomorrow I will go again.
Oh, that one go. So that means say the market they come up very well.
Yes, God did one.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so between now and that time, which one you prefer as market they move?
Now, like how I don't understand.
I mean, say now, you say the price don't come down. Should people see they buy them like before?
No, so this we have day in January. January used to do somehow for markets because people just resume to school. They will pay their school fees, build some small things, and they have used the money to do Christmas and New Year. So market is not moving like December time. So it's small now.
Okay, we don't talk about baskets. We don't talk about this one. May I can't look this one where you put for here. How much be this basket?
500 naira.
500 now. This one are 500 now. Everything here now 500.
Yes, yes.
Okay. For this rodo now, how much be the basket?
It's 500 naira too.
Oh, okay. Which one be this one?
Shombo, Bawa.
Shombo. Okay, Bawa.
Yes.
How much be this one?
It's 500 naira.
So everything here now 500 naira. So that means say if I carry 1,500 come or 1,000, you go sell for me.
Yes, if we carry 1,000, it means I can carry tomato 500 for you. Then divide the bawa and the pepper, make it together for you, and we will cook. It will be okay.
Okay, this one where they sell 500 now. When that pepper costs like the baskets when they expensive, like how much they sell them?
Now 1,000 that time. At the time, I want 1,000 with the shade. But with the shade 500, but now small plates we put down. But now it don't come down. That's why we shade them for 500.
Okay, now that it don't come down, we think go see the government.
We want to tell them to still improve for everything they are doing, because the fuel, we know that fuel has come down, but motor price have not come down. Maybe it's because of what they are collecting from the driver people. We don't know, because the price of motor is supposed to come down well, so that everything will be normal for everybody to do. If you want to go out now, you will be thinking of how much money to go. If you go market, if you are coming, we carry one basket 1,500, your head 1,500, and before we are enter 700 naira that time. But now we motor don't, the price of credit don't come, the motor no come reduce, so we don't know what caused it. Maybe it's from the government or it's from the union. We don't even understand. So maybe they can still do something to it for us, so the price of motor to come down well, so that it will be okay for everybody in the country.
Okay, thank you. So I see the way for my pepper. My country people, thank you say you never come out for this channel. Thank you say you stay tuned onto this show today. And you don't hear from different sellers for Bariga Market today the price of different items they say. People wey don't talk to talk about bags of tomato. Say if you get them for 30,000 naira, if you get crate for 15,000 naira, if you get different items where you want fair, pomo, you don't know say pomo 100 naira a day, 500 naira on day for this market. Anything where you want buy a day, even for fish a day you go see, and 7,000 naira own, 5,000 naira own, na 10 day inside there. And so that means say if you want cook any food, if you want cook soup, you go see all the ingredients for here. If you want make semo, if you want make amala, anything you want, now this market figure now. Thank you for joining on today's episode. Till I grace your screen for the next one. You know one thing, it is important, say maybe they shop where and maybe they watch waiting they shop. Bye for now.
Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on another beautiful edition of Consumer Watchdog. Consumer Watchdog is where we dissect and inform consumer rights protection and safety. Today we'll be looking at something vital and important. We'll be talking about the FCCPC new regulations on money lenders. And the FCCPC has begun enforcing the digital, electronic, online and non-traditional consumer lending regulations for 2025. Delisting the digital money lending operators that failed to regularize their status by the 5th of January 2026 deadline. The Chief Executive Officer Tunji Bello confirmed the withdrawal of conditional approval for non-complaint lenders to enhance the market integrity. An emphasis was placed that the compliance deadline was the 5th of January 2026, making the end of the transition. Experts say the measure's aim is to uphold regulatory standard, curb harassment and prevent data breaches in the digital lending sector. And now the FCCPC is conducting a phased, rigorous enforcement process with further sanctions possible for continued non-compliance. And meanwhile as well, the Commission has urged consumers to only engage with approved digital lenders and report any illegal or harassing activities. And joining me on the conversation for better understanding on this critical situation, we have Barrister Emmanuel Inyada. But let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHallaTV.
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 At ConsumerHallaTV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free, ConsumerHallaTV. Fell victim of this harassment, and it was a whole lot. I knew the battle. I have to call it battle. I knew the battle. I went in before we made sure everything was sorted out. So this new update, these new regulations from the FCCPC, in brief, what does this mean, and how will the FCCPC enforcement measures affect consumers who have taken loans from non-complaint digital lenders?
Okay, thank you so much, Iri.
That's the name,
yes.
Ayomikole.
So it's a good regulation because I think one way or the other, we are all victims of this regulation. And again, thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
One way or the other, we are all victims. I'm sure you mentioned the experience of your cousin. I've had experience as well with family members and friends from these they call them loan sharks. Some of them are predatory lenders. And the truth is that many of them operate without licenses, in quote. So, but the FCPC's role as a consumer protection or watchdog in regulating these people is a welcome development. So with the DION regulations, which is the digital, electronic, online, and the non-traditional lenders regulations, is more or less a regulation to control them, to curb predatory lending practices from lenders, to protect the consumers now, those who take loans from these companies, and to also provide a redress mechanism for them to lay complaints and also impose its penalties. So it provides for registration. So everyone in the space, in the lending space, they have to register with the FCCPC. And after that is done, they also have to comply with the provisions of the regulations as it deals with the interest rate, for instance. It must not be excessive. That is one. Another thing is that they have to also ensure that they handle data properly. So the fact that you have access to material does not mean that you now start contacting third parties, especially in cases of recovery. And of course, also to prevent harassment. So that's what generally the regulation is about, to
All right, I'm happy about these regulations, but now let's move more into the conversation. When you were making your analysis earlier on, you made mention of license or something like licenses. Do you think it's ideal for anyone to venture into the market without having license or licenses?
Well, it's not ideal, because in Nigeria it's also very regulated, especially when you are operating in the lending space. We have the CBN, who regulate banks and other financial institutions. But what we usually have when it deals with one type of money lending is that there is a category of license called the money lender's license, and it's usually granted by states. So many of these people get this license and of course, they get it from the state government, and they start operating without taking other steps to comply with regards to protection of user data. And many of these tech companies as well, because due to, of course, we are in the age of technology, everything we do with our phone, the internet and all. So they take advantage of the internet, they build software applications, get the money lending license, and they more or less build for the technology, for the purpose of technology and getting money, not necessarily to comply with regulation. So it's not ideal, but it's a regulated space. So if they don't have a license, it means that they're actually violating the law. But the role of the FCCPC now, by passing this regulation, as a consumer protection watchdog, what they did is to make sure that predatory lending practices are curbed with this regulation. So that's
now let's get into the conversation better, because for me, I think a lot of consumers are still not clarified about this new regulation, so they need clarity, they need more awareness about this. I think it's high time we understand the regulatory framework about this new development, and what are the key provisions of the digital, electronic and online and non-traditional consumer lending regulations 2025, and how do these regulations protect consumers aside from the fact of harassment?
Okay, so the regulations was passed last year, I think sometime in July, 21st of July 2025, and the key provisions includes, of course, the general purpose of that regulation is to protect consumers and also provide a regulatory framework for digital lenders to, or should I say lending institutions generally, to carry out their business practice in a responsible way. So the first thing is that it made for mandatory registration. So all digital lenders. So the regulation basically creates a broad scope of who are digital lenders. So it covers both regulated institutions, banks, and microfinance banks, so all down to even individuals. Like, so if you're an individual and you have a money lending license, you are more or less, by reason of the regulation, a lender under that regulation. So that's one. So they have to register, and failure to register means that they are operating illegally in Nigeria. So that's number one. The second is that it created a system of transparency. So more or less the way they handle user data, and user information, and also the interest rates. They have to very, very clearly state what those things are. So interest rates, for instance, one of the reasons why people are not able to pay back their loans is that you are, for instance, you are borrowing from them, and they tell you you have to pay 30% interest rate. And the next thing, the way they calculate it, it's unclear. They are saying 30% per week, whereas in your mind it's maybe 30% for the tenure of repayment. So they have to be very clear.
And coupled with the fact that if you are not meeting up with the deadline, the interest rates will be accumulating more and more.
And more and more and more. So those are some of the practices that this regulation is trying to curb. That you have to be very transparent, very clear, explaining to the simplest steps what these interest rates are and how do you calculate it. And even if you are doing it, it must not be too high. It must not be so high that it's unconscionable and unfair, because you borrowed me 100,000, you are collecting 240,000 naira. That's
a whole lot.
That's terrible. So that's what this regulation also does. Another thing also, I mentioned data protection earlier. User data is very sensitive, so they have to handle it with care. So the regulation also provides for that. So you don't, well, even if you get access to my contact, you don't just call them and start harassing them. You don't just call them and start telling them, sending curses at them. And of course, I know the FCPC, they've worked with the Nigerian Data Protection Agency, the NDPA, to NDPC Commission, to
Nigeria Data Protection Commission.
Yes, to regulate the aspect of how users or consumers are harassed, especially in relation to frequent calls. Like you can get 50 calls in a day.
I think frequent call is still better. Some people will go as far as, you know, posting posters that this person is HIV, a criminal has HIV, you know, person is HIV, a criminal has HIV, you know, slept with dog. A whole lot of harassment going out right there.
Absolutely, and that's
it's dog. A whole lot of harassment going out right there.
Absolutely, and that's what it's regulating. Of course, they've taken steps before the regulations. They've taken steps in the past to enforce against these institutions. Several fines have been meted out after investigation to many of them. So, but they put out these regulations for digital lenders to understand that these are important. And also the issue of the issue of penalties. So the enforcement mechanism, it's also it's also stated there. What are these administrative penalties when you flat the regulations? So those are some of the key provisions in the...
And those insights are great, Barrister Emmanuel. Let's talk about the major challenges of digital lenders in perspective to those new regulations. What are the major challenges money lenders, you know, can face with these new regulations?
Well, no company operating in the because I would like to think of it's two-pronged.
Please bring it on.
So the challenges with regards to one, their business, and so how it's the impact on consumers or the users of the product. So, you know, from last year when the regulation was first passed, there was a period that was given for all existing digital lenders to regularize their, like, register, and if they've not regularized it, they are basically delisted and barred from operation. And that ended early this year, on 5th of January. So the impact now is that, number one, it's very expensive, in quotes. And so, for instance, you get a money lending license and you're operating from Lagos. Maybe you don't really have that much money, and now you have to pay some millions and go through a whole process to register with the FCPC. Well, I think they made it also easy from experience. It's not that difficult, but then they find it that, okay, it's too much regulation, over-regulation, too many things to comply with. So that's one of the challenge they have. So they also have the issue of registration. They have the issue also of compliance, because it now becomes more difficult to keep up with compliance in the space. So you have to comply with requirements of the NDPC. You have to comply with requirements of the FCPC. You have to comply with the requirements of the CBN. You have to comply with the requirements of the NCC, because digital lending in this case also covers issues. Even telecom companies are also covered. For instance, when you borrow credit from them, it also covers those kind of people. Like when you borrow airtime, it also covers, because that's digital lending as well. It covers not just cash, but extends even to other forms of lending or barter practices. So that's another challenge, the issue of compliance. And another one is the issue of the fact that if they can't register, they have to stop business. So it means now they have to now start spending more money with regards to legal, and maybe trying to find investors who will bring in money, compliance with regards to, because it's not just about registration, it's an ongoing requirement. The regulation provides for a renewal after every 3 years, and there are fees that they have to keep paying after every 3 years. And the regulation provides an amount for renewal, but it's also still discretionary. So the FCPC can decide to increase the renewal fees, whenever they decide so. So it also makes it very unsure and unstable for business. Of course, it's a business, and these people also there has to be certainty with regards to how much are we paying for, how much are we paying for compliance. So of course it takes up cost, but then I think it's an important regulation, and that's one of the challenge. And then the second challenge is when I mentioned with regards to consumers is that it now becomes very difficult to, let's say, because they have practice where, so what, how do we show that we have crossed the line? How do you, where have we crossed the line? So they start thinking, how do we get back our money? Especially when you know, maybe you are, for instance, Nigerians are very difficult people to, when you borrow their money, it's very difficult to get back on. So what is good business practice to get back our money from people who are unwilling to pay? You understand? So that's another issue, like for them dealing with consumers. So they have to be very careful. And consumers themselves can, let's say, once they run away with the money, how would they get back their money? So that's why a lot of them carry out this predatory practice, which is, of course, it is condemnable. But then we have to balance it out, make it less expensive to comply with the law, and also make it easier for them to be able to, let's say, report consumers as well who refuse to, let's say, pay back their loans. There was no provision in that regard. So those are some of the challenges.
Interesting. You making mention of crossing the line. I think that will lead us through to this aspect of angle right now. What specific actions constitute harassment under the new regulations, and how will the FCCPC determine if a lender has crossed the line?
Well, so as a lawyer, I'll think of, in determining what it means to, of course, that one, they look at the facts. So you don't just determine by reason of this is what the person said. You look at the facts, you look at the situation, you look at the circumstance. So what the FCCPC does as a regulator is that they investigate. They look at the practice. Is it that user data was breached? Or should I say the consumer data was breached? That's one. Did they send unsolicited messages to third parties? Were there frequent calls and threatening messages? So those are some of the things they look at when they look at the facts. So there's a redress mechanism, a complaint mechanism. So I feel what the FCP does is that they look at the facts, because and they look at both sides. So that's where they now determine that, okay, this is actually, and of course that also determines the severity of the penalty, of the fine they met out to the erring party. So that's
all right, if you're just joining us now, this is Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV, where we inform consumers about their right protection and safety. And this morning on the program, we're having a detailed conversation about the FCCPC new regulations on money lenders. And with me in the studio for more clarity, helping us dissect this pressing issue, we have Barrister Emmanuel. Barrister Emmanuel, let me have your standpoint on this issue. What are the necessary measures you think FCCPC has to take to protect consumers from predatory lending practice, and how effective are these measures?
The measures they have to take. Well, I think the most they can do is, the first thing they can do is basically, of course, regulation, which they are doing well in that regard. So, and we've had issues where they've had to take down apps from app stores, from several digital
So is it that the
platforms.
consumers that borrowed money before taking out the app are not going to pay the money? Or
Well, no, I'm saying they've enforced against erring lenders,
okay, all right.
where they've had to take down some of these apps. Then, am I answering the question correctly?
Yes, please go on.
Yes, they've also taken steps to impose fines ranging from 10 million to 20 million on erring lenders. That's another step they've taken. So aside from regulation, telling them this is how you play, some of them, like I mentioned, some of them are not aware. It's just a practice. It's just a business practice which is unfair. And that's all they know. So now the FCC has, okay, they've come out and like, so look at this regulation. This is what you have to do to be compliant, from registration to how you go after erring lenders or delinquent debtors in that sense. And they've done that as well. And of course, also they've also created a redress mechanism. So I think what they need to do more now is in the area of consumer education,
awareness
as well. So you have to not just consumer, but also everyone in every stakeholder, from the lending companies to the borrowers as well, the general public. Let them know, okay, this is what you have to do. This is the steps. These are the steps you can take when they. So it's not. It has to be balanced, but you know, it of course it's still consumer protection as well. You have to also make sure that people are protected from unfair lending practices. So those are some of the steps they've taken, and I also think they also have to look at the regulation as well. They should look at the criticisms of stakeholders and update that regulation from time to time to accommodate present realities. So for instance, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like the requirements for registration is too hectic, and the period of renewal is too short. That's my own personal criticism of the law or of regulation in that sense. So they should look at these criticisms and, of course, take steps to regulate, or should I say update that law to make it easy. Because at the end of the day, we're looking at ease of doing business. So they should make it easy as well for money lenders. But yeah, so those are some of the things they can do. Not push people out of markets, because this regulation definitely will push a lot of people. Some people won't be able to operate anymore. That's what it does. And it will lead to some form of reduces access to credit as well. So when your normal lender is no longer operating, even though they are trusted, because of they are unable to comply or they failed to comply with regulations as such, they won't be able to carry on business. So they should make it easier for people to be able to.
Let's review without critics right now, looking at the lending industry in abroad, the UK, the USA, and the lending industry in Nigeria. We can see that the gap is very, the gap is much. How can the digital lending industry in Nigeria balance growth with regulatory compliance, and as well including it with consumer protection?
So the lending industry balance growth. Well, I'm a tech lawyer as well, and I like to think that compliance must be built into the tech as such. So you are not just building a tech product, you are building a financial institution as well. So when you are, so most of tech companies, we have a lot of them. I don't want to, I can mention names.
You just make mention of one.
Yeah, okay. So for instance, we could, let's say Fair Money, for instance, or OPay. They also provide products as well. So you don't just build a tech product and put it out there and get people to borrow, and you build compliance into it. So from the moment when you are onboarding the user, they're already aware that, okay, these are the interest rates. While you are building, you're already taking steps to get these licenses. Even if you are collaborating with existing institutions, you're also making sure they are informing the regulator. So we are not just building in isolation. So I think in Nigeria, compared to other parts of the world, we are getting it right. At least we are stepping up. We have one of the most advanced fintech ecosystem in the world. A lot of our transactions now in Nigeria are electronic compared to most, even some developed countries of the world. So I think in that aspect, we're doing very well. Of course, I think the issue we have now are issues relating to regulation and over-regulation. So those are some of the issues we have now. But for growth, compliance should be built into that process. So when you are building, you have the regulators in mind. What are they saying? How do we? So you also try to take proactive steps by reaching out to them. So for instance, you are building something very innovative in the lending space. Let's say you're building something where people can trade by barter. In that sense, okay, who are the regulators I have to work with? Are there specific regulations around this? If there are none, go to the nearest regulator and inform them, this is what I'm doing. What steps do I have to take to comply? So you build it into the product. So I think that is the best way they can balance it. Not you build, then you now start struggling to comply. Before you know it, your investors are off. Before you know it, the banks are already, if you borrowed money, you are not doing business. They're already calling for a repayment. Before you know it, business is down and you start struggling. So I think that's the
All right, the conversation is still going on, but let's go on a short break. I find something to munch on and enjoy this program. But also, it's Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV. We'll be right back. Let's go on a short break. Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brands on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiences.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofeko Foworola, and you know what? They call me the AWUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AWUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AWUF is for you. You can get to know about trendy market slashes, promos, offers and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that is so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AWUF packages. Peace.
Public services.
Good to be back again here. If you're just joining us on the conversation, this is Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV, where we inform consumers about the right and safety that they need to know in our economy. And today we're talking about something very critical that we need to pay our attention to, talking about the FCCPC, the new regulations on money lenders. And for proper understanding, we have Barrister in the studio, Barrister Romano. Barrister Romano, now let's continue with the conversation. Now taking it back when we started the conversation, I remembered fully well that you made mention of the new regulations would help the digital lenders to be able to be transparent. And now talking about transparency, let's start from this place. How would the FCCPC ensure that digital lenders are transparent about the long terms and interest rates, and what constitutes the fair practice?
Okay, so for transparency, I think it's what the FCCPC have done with the regulation is that they made it a necessary requirement for compliance. They didn't just say operate. They are saying you have to be clear with the digital lenders, because sometimes people don't have time to read the terms and conditions. So they are like you have to make it very simple enough for people to understand that, okay, if I'm borrowing 10,000 naira, I'll be paying back this amount at so time. So that's what the FCC have done. So if there is a violation of this particular requirement, they won't really know except someone reports.
Now, I was about going there. That what are the consequences for lenders who fail to register with the FCCPC or comply with the new regulations?
Well, for non-compliance, number one is that they can't even operate in this space. If they are operating illegally, because it's now a legal requirement. So the FCCPC Act actually empowers the Federal Commission on Consumer Protection Commission to regulate in that regard. So they're operating illegally. And the second is that if they were already listed, they're listed as a money lender. Like they have their license revoked. So they're already registered. So that's another consequence for non-compliance, because the major provisions for compliance is not just about registering with the FCPC. You have to comply with everything they say with regards to how you deal with consumers. And to be honest, they really won't know if a consumer does not report, or a user does not report, or they investigate. So it means that, and they also made provisions for reporting and redress in the regulation. So if you feel, okay, this particular lending app or this particular money lender, they are not on, begin investigation after 24 hours of receipt. That's what the regulation also provides for as well. So they have a duty to also investigate. So don't say, okay, if I report, they won't do anything. Report, then they will take it up and start investigating. And they issue fines from as high as, depending on the fact as well, but in the regulation, I was seeing fines for, let's say, for individuals for failing to register. There were fines of maybe about 50 million, then for companies about 100 million. So it's hefty, it's a lot, but then I think it's a good one. At least you know that there is a place you can run to when you are a victim, in quote now, of some of these lending practices.
Barrister, I think I need to give you your kudos about that update, and because a lot of consumers still believe that after the harassment, when it comes to reporting to the right channels like FCCPC and some other regulatory bodies, they're always reluctant. Having the mentality that we will not get the right treatment. They will not when it comes to talking about consumers getting their rights being aired, is being maltreated, is being abused, is being tampered on. So this makes a lot of consumers get really relaxed, reluctant, not reporting the right things at the right authorities. But I think with this your analysis, this would give them an hint of, okay, doing the right thing at the right time. Just take the step first and see what will come of it. Thank you so much for that. How will the FCCPC work with other agencies such as the Nigeria Data Protection Commission to address data privacy concerns and protect borrowers in regards to personal information?
Well, I know they've been working together, especially the FCCPC and the NDPC. As far back as when the NDPC was still NITDA. I know they have a joint task force where they jointly investigate and of course penalize some of these area institutions. Like there are several cases that they've done. So I know there's interagency collaboration in that regard. And I also know aside from the NDPC, they also collaborate with law enforcement agencies like the EFCC, the police, especially in cases of fraud or in cases where a crime has been committed. And of course, the NCC as well, the Nigerian Communications Commission, they collaborate with them. So the FCPC is more or less like a super regulatory agency, because when they talk about consumer protection, it deals with all sectors of the economy. So it means that they have to also collaborate with all these sector regulators, especially when it deals with, let's say, issues relating to consumer protection for those agencies. Or they also regulate competition when we're looking at unfair business practice from one business to the other, and of course setting up anti-competitive measures to regulate the interest. So they collaborate with a lot of industry. And I know they have a joint task force with the NDPC when it deals with data privacy concerns.
Barrister Emmanuel, we are moving gradually to the end of the conversation, but right now curiosity make me ask, because there are a lot of consumers at home watching us, and that's this question will be crossing their mind. How long do you think this will take if a consumer reports any harassment? How much do you what's the duration of this issue being sorted out?
So it depends, because it depends. I know I've handled one that took a period of less than 3 months. Yeah, and I know there are some that they've not even attended to. So it depends on what they consider worthy. But the moment you report, they usually open the case like within a short period of time and they start investigating.
You made mention of that there are still some cases pending.
Yes,
what
because
could be the cause of that? Is it that they've not gotten to the root of the matter, or there is still a whole lot of uncertainty around
it could be that, number one, that maybe there are no, of course, it's Nigeria, so a lot of things may have gone through maybe the administrative works, and they think it's not the case that they need to pursue. So maybe there's not a failure to communicate back to the consumer that, okay, we've looked at it, we don't think you have a strong case as such. That's one. I think that's one. That may be one reason. Number two, maybe issues related to personnel. Maybe they don't have a lot of people looking at it, or someone just mixed it up. But I know the FCPC, they've been doing a good job, with regards to consumer enforcement and protection. They've been doing a good job so far, and it also depends too, because some may take a longer period of time to investigate, some may shorter period of time to investigate. And I know they usually call them for meetings, they ask questions during that period of investigation as well. So.
All right, it's been a very interesting one on the conversation, and I must say you've made a whole lot of insights, which there is a whole lot to munch on. Thank you so much, Barrister Romano. Now to end the conversation, let's have your pattern shot, and what advice would you give to consumers who are, experiencing problems with digital lenders?
Well, so the first thing is to make sure that you're also not violating the law.
In what sense?
You're not harassing them in return. So, Nigerians, they insult you, you want to do your own back. So that's the first thing. Try to also be calm, and of course, let them know that what they are doing is against the law. There are times that it's difficult to pay back. Client once, and I was called like, do you know this person? And at the end of the day, realized that the person did not even take a loan. So that's another issue as well, because they do, and that's another issue with lenders. There's a way they automate it such that even without taking the loan, they put it in your name that you actually took a loan from them. So those are some of the, even in the regulation, it's actually provided for there, like they regulate it as well. So those are some of the issues. So once these things happen, you don't just overreact and maybe violate the law in return. You go through the right channels, speak to a lawyer, or like I mentioned, like I also report directly to the FCPC as a Nigerian, and they'll respond as well.
It's been a very beautiful one, I must say, but this conversation will not be well ironed if I don't make mention of this. Do you think it's appropriate for the money lenders to reach out to family members, friends, because it is what we see?
Good evening, this is the news at 2 on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Kike Lomo Ajibola. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has slammed a 10 million naira fine and withdrawal of checks on commercial banks using unaccredited check printers / personalizer. The Apex Bank disclosed this in its revised sanctions regime on defaulters of the Nigeria Checks Standard and Nigeria Checks Printers Accredited Schemes. Among other things, CBN said offense of engagement of unaccredited commercial check printers, personalizer by commercial banks as reported by accredited check personalizers, printers via CBN or MTIC audit will attract withdrawal of checks from circulation and 10 million naira fine, withdrawal of checks from circulation and 20 million naira fine for a repeat offense. Failure or refusal to submit personalized check samples for testing and analysis where applicable will attract a 5 million naira fine. Failure to encode checks properly or meet the mandatory security and quality standard will attract a fine of 10,000 naira per instrument. in a circular announcing the sanction, which was signed by Director, Banking Services Department, Mr. Amisu Abdullahi. CBN recalled that it issued a circular on sanctions on defaulters of the Nigerian check standards and Nigeria check printers accredited scheme in 2019. Electricity generation across the country is expected to dip temporarily as scheduled maintenance on a major gas facility will curtail supply to several thermal power plants. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on Thursday announced that Seplat Energy PLC, a joint venture partner and key supplier of NNPC's Infrastructure Company Limited pipeline network, as scheduled, resume maintenance on its gas production facilities from February 12 to 15, 2026. And according to a statement signed by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Andy Ode, the 4-day maintenance forms part of standard safety and asset integrity protocols aimed at ensuring the continued reliability and efficiency of critical gas infrastructure. NNPC said the exercise would result in a temporary reduction in gas supply into the NGIC pipeline network, with some power generation companies expected to experience reduced gas availability within the period. Moving on now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, remitted 14.706 trillion naira in statutory payment to the federal government between January and December 2025. The figures were disclosed in the company's monthly report summary of December 2025. The report also showed that the National Oil Company generated 60.5 trillion naira in total revenue for the year and recorded a profit after tax of 5.76 trillion naira, reflecting strong financial performance and increased contributions to government coffers. NNPC Limited latest monthly report highlights a significant rise in statutory remittances to the federal government in 2025. And the statutory remittance totaled 14.716 trillion naira for full year 2025. Total revenue for the year stood at 60.5 trillion naira. Profit after tax was 5.76 trillion naira. Natural gas production reached 6,914 million standard cubic feet per day in December 2025. This is up from 668 million standard cubic feet per day recorded in November. And now, the Nigerian Petroleum Company Limited has said this about the government. And now the federal government has completed the limited rehabilitation of the Kaga-Kubo Road in Borno State. The development was confirmed in a statement published on the Ministries of Works official website on Thursday. The rehabilitation, covering sections 1 and 2 near Benishek town, is aimed at improving mobility, restoring critical transport links, and supporting economic recovery across the northeast. The Ministry of Works said the completed road serves as a strategic corridor linking communities in Borno to Maiduguri and neighboring Yobe State. It added that the rehabilitation is expected to ease transportation challenges and support socio-economic recovery in the region. Away from that now, a former Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has condemned what he described as an illegal attempt by security operatives to arrest him at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, following his arrival from Cairo, Egypt. El-Rufai made this known in a post on his verified X handle on Thursday, where he accused authorities of executive overreach and disregard for the rule of law. My lawyers have issued a statement that condemns the illegal attempt to arrest me today at the Abuja airport upon my arrival from Cairo. El-Rufai wrote, "Our country must outgrow executive overreach and deliberate disregard for the rule of law," he added. Newsmen said that earlier reported that security agents had moved on to detain the former governor shortly after he landed in Abuja, according to a post by his media aide, Muyiwa Adekeye. The operative approached El Rufai at the airport and attempted to take him into custody without presenting a formal invitation or warrant. There are indicators that intra-Africa trade is now coming alive with stronger financial industry initiatives to integrate the continent's economies. It also appears that Nigeria's banking industry is leading the charge with a total of 47 subsidiaries across the continent. On the strength of this rich continental trade is now getting the required financial backing, just as the continent's governments are also taking down sovereign barriers through the African Continental Free Trade Agreement structure. Access Bank PLC, one of the continent's leading financial institutions, have demonstrated the capacity and willingness to drive the continent's economic integration through its continent-wide reach with subsidiaries in about 16 countries on the continent Africa. This continental reach is also supported by 8 other subsidiaries outside Africa, thereby globalizing the opportunities for African entrepreneurs. The bank has now rolled out its own initiatives toward realizing the dreams of common continental markets through active and seamless financial transactions across the borders. Governor Alex Oti of Abia State has assured that no existing shop owners will lose a shop in the ongoing remodeling projects at Ariara International Market and Ekehoa Market in Aba. Oti gave the assurance Thursday at the Michael Okpara Auditorium while receiving a delegation of the National Executive Council of the National Association of Nigeria Traders. He said original shop owners will be given the first right of refusal before any other decision is taken, adding that he had issued clear instruction to that effect. The governor further assured that the numbers of shops being built would be enough to accommodate both existing and prospective owners. According to him, what we call first right of refusal will be given to existing shop owners. It is only when you elect that you don't want your shop that it could be sold to somebody else, and that instruction is sacrosanct. Nobody can go against it, or anybody that goes against it is just taking a risk. Moving away from that now, the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC has disclosed that only 60 million naira was released from the 858 billion naira appropriated in a 2025 capital budget to address electricity tariff shortfalls. The disclosure was made by its acting managing director, Jocelyn Akinnowo, during the agency's 2025 budget performance review and defense of its 2026 proposal before the Senate Committee on Finance. He warned that persistent underfunding and non-cost reflective tariffs continue to weaken the country's electricity market and threaten its stability. Akinnowo explains that the significant gap between appropriated funds and actual releases severely constrains the agency's ability to meet its obligation to power generation companies. Lawmakers expressed concerns over the widening financial strain in the power sector and its implications for electricity supply nationwide. And lastly, this afternoon, the Nigerian exchange closed its positive territory on 12 February 2026, gaining 441.3 points to settle at 178,625.6 points. This reflects a 0.25% increase from the previous session, closed at about 178,184.3, supported by strong buying interest with Seplat eating the daily 10% price limit. Trading activity moderated during the session, with total volume declining to 698.3 million shares from 939 million shares recorded in the previous trading day. Market capitalization edged higher to 114.6 trillion naira with a total of 50,886 deals recorded. In terms of value traded, GTCO and Zenith Bank led the activity chart for the day. All right, thank you so much for joining the news this afternoon on the ConsumerHallaTV. To stay connected and to listen to more news updates, follow us across all our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube. Subscription is absolutely free. I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Continue to enjoy the rest of your day.
My name is Tunde Olufowora. I'm the CEO of Brand Eye Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or called a consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 200. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline, and then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa. And it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa, and let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I opted to. I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage. Got everything, checking my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting by the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked at my way, just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those luggages there, maybe yours. And lo and behold, I went around there, mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call, from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around, it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on. I really didn't like to go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me, so I went on BA to US. And of course, when I returned from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, a connecting flight, from Heathrow. So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. I mean, clearly because there were more Nigerians, or more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. The aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. The I was on what we call business economy. It was hot, and then I was watching, and then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, "We're really very sorry about this." He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. "So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing." While we were on an incident, so they came, the crew, apparently couldn't resolve it. They couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. Sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get. So trust Nigerians. You need to hear how everybody was jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month ago, comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on the BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenience, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. Our officer, our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they bought this parcel wrapped. I opened it, boom. I bought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking, my mind, this is what we go through in this country. So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Hala came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage. Has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to birth this unique, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHallaTV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, our first complaint resolution portal, we created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We've built it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHallaTV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though you're traveling, you buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government, because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy. All right. We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have legal team, we have lawyers that are registered on our platform, all right, that can also take up cases. Okay. So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to, we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively. Use the word obsessively. Say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers at the receiving end. And yet, they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country. None. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at the power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up. It's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. Our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers. We bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about it. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back, to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Na me make am now. That's why I buy am. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I did a lot of, I went around, you know, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. You know, I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, you know, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, oh, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, oh, wait a minute, that's the pressing iron 2 days ago or so from a store. You know, oh, let me try this. Let me just try and use that to iron my shirt, and we can go out. So I was seated. The TV was on. I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out you know, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! Ooh. The guy was raged. Then he goes, what just happened? So he said, no, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? You know, I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, we opened the pack, there was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And they called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, you know, by the time he already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, yeah, I pick up this number. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that. And they said, this is your address? Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement. All right. So my friend handed the call and dropped the. So I said, so what's going to happen? He said, don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement. I said, they will bring a replacement. He said, yes. I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you did it also. We had said it must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door of their right. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, what can we do now? Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHallaTV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provide right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, you know, will be forming part of that our overall vision, you know, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. So, I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHallaTV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHallaTV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
welcome to the season of love, and we welcome you to the love edition of Tips and Tricks on ConsumerHallaTV. Ta-ta! It's Valentine Eve, and today on the program, Tips and Tricks will be giving you the tips and tricks on how to spend your Valentine Day, how to enjoy it to the fullest. And Tips and Tricks is about giving you all the tips that you need about healthy lifestyle, and definitely it's not going to be a bad one if you enjoy your Valentine so well tomorrow. Of course, it's part of a healthy lifestyle. I am Iri Ayomikunle Ike, and I also have Kike Lomo Jibola on the program. Kike, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Valentine is coming. And I know get the boo. Kike, let's have it. What are your plans for Valentine? Okay, let's start with this. How do you feel tomorrow is Valentine? How do you feel?
Well, Valentine's Day is one of the most prominent days that people actually look forward to. So it's going to be nice seeing people going out, viewing content on social media, and also the red and white that is like a culture. So it's always fun to look out for. Okay, so which one is your song tomorrow? Is it some of us are busy to be big, or you don't make me fall in love? You don't make me fall. Which one is your own? Is it busy to be big, or you don't make me fall? Let's know the side you fall. No, is it that you are in A or B? Let's have it. Side, though. If you have, like,
is it busy to be big, or
it's not just about
I know, no, just talking about the side fun of it. So is it busy to be big, or you don't make me fall in love?
I don't have any side that I'm on tomorrow. Tomorrow is for me to go online, view what people are doing, and see all the memes of people wearing red and white and stuff like that. So
online viewers association.
Yes,
that is where you fall.
That's where I fall.
Okay, all right. Talking about Valentine, of course, it doesn't have to be with two people in a mutual relationship. Your loved ones, your family, your pastor, your friend. I mean, it's about showing true and sincere love, cherishing the moment, having a very beautiful time together. And of course, tomorrow being Saturday is going to be a very beautiful one. No work, just be well relaxed in your comfort zone with your loved ones, so you can enjoy your Valentine's Day. Blending aside from being romantic, the traditions. Of course, you can show love. And now that the CBN says the money will get, yeah. So what should we expect tomorrow?
You put money in box. Doesn't like you don't need somebody money. Put the money in a box and send it out. Because
I thought with that development, maybe the plans of Val is being
not disrupted. Put the money in a box and send it.
Okay then. All right, dining at Top Spot, Lagos, Abuja, wherever you are, the social community focused activities. And if you're couples, we all know that couples often opt for intimate dinners, while others embrace digital romance, fun, whatever. So these are the tips and tricks that will be a guide on how to enjoy your Valentine tomorrow. Dining out events, talking about high-end restaurants and hotels, and talking about this on Best Weekend Deals in a few hours. We'll be giving you places to go that you will enjoy yourself tomorrow. Talking about dining where you can eat, and hotel deals where you can go to, and it's going to be eventful on Best Weekend Deals shortly, where we'll give you plays of romantic menus, require bookings weeks in advance. So place you can go. Then gifting is very, very important. When I'm talking about gifting, I'm not talking about TikTok. I'm talking about gifting. So what is the beautiful gift you've ever gotten for Valentine? I know you've gotten numerous gifts. Okay.
I can't remember. I think people that gift me stuff, they know what I want, because most people, before they gift me, they always ask, they always have a way of asking me. So I feel like almost all the gifts that I've gotten is very, very beautiful. But the one I got recently was not even for Valentine's Day. I think it was a picture frame, perfume, and I think something else from the people in my environment for my birthday.
Okay, now me too. Nobody is watching. They've off the camera. Let us talk between you and I. Valentine's is check the history. Are you more of the receiver or the giver?
I think it's both for me. I think it's both, because I love to gift people that I care about, and people that care about me knows that one of my love languages is.
Okay, the camera is off. Let's talk. Giver or receiver?
Both of them. I can't. For me, love has to be reciprocated. If it's not reciprocated,
it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. So gift giving, popular gifts include red roses, chocolate, perfumes, jewelry, and surprise boxes. Just like you said, there is no more bouquet. So please.
That's not an excuse for you not to gift gift your loved ones money, or you transfer the money.
And trending items include creative money in boxes and a whole lot, and just create a memorable experiences tomorrow. So please, if you are couples, go out, cozy dinners. You can even do it at home.
You can.
Yeah,
you don't have money for restaurants. Trust me.
And the spa dates too. If you cannot go, you can do spa dates with your partner inside.
You can do.
Please, I think there was a time we had a conversation whereby you said something about the massage, how you can do it in. Please, can you give us the tips?
You can always do massages in the house now. Just make sure the room has that ambience. Bring out the oil. Just massage your partner. If they like, you can massage their feet. You can also set up like a picnic setting in your living room. Just if you don't have a TV, put together if you have a laptop, put it there. Once you put your laptop there, set up something, spray the room with perfume to make it smell nice. Arrange your food. If you can cook multiple things, maybe just for you, if you don't have money to go out to fancy restaurant, because trust me, restaurants you can spend almost 500, 400,000, even 200 and above. But if you are trying to do this at home, I feel maybe just very simple 50 to 100,000 naira budget is enough for you, and you can get little gifts for your partner. Depends on who you are. Actually, you already know what they want for Valentine's, so you don't need to go out of your pocket.
Okay, that's interesting. And another tips and tricks that I want to give you to the Online Readers Association. Yes. Yeah, Online Readers Association. So please, aside from just staying in bed, looking at who has posted, what is happening, moving from one blog to another, from one celebrity page to another, stalking one page to another, because that is what Kike is doing tomorrow. So please, a social media platform to express love, share pictures of people, post pictures of I think ladies are always doing this. You will post your fellow lady, happy Valentine's Day, my love. I've seen it, but guys cannot do. What is really happening in that society? When we do it, we're like, bro, are you okay? What is happening?
That doesn't mean anything. I feel like people need to relax. You can show love to your fellow man. Why? What's so bad about showing love to your fellow man? It's not that bad. I think we should try as much as possible to eliminate any negative thought that comes with a guy trying to show love to his fellow guys. Women do it without any problem. So I feel like it's an hypocritical thing to do.
Situation. Yeah, I believe.
Women don't deserve love. I don't understand. And that's why you give birth to toxic men, and society are abhorring toxic men because they feel like it is very, very bad for them to express their emotions.
You've even said it all. So please, share pictures and posts of your loved one and messages, with hashtag Happy Valentine's Day, all of that. Then if you are to those who are in relationship, virtual and long distance relationship, for those separated by distance, sending thoughtful virtual messages or ordering gifts. And in fact, it's Saturday. 3 hours on call is allowed.
You're allowed to
5 hours on call.
You can cook. In fact, you can cook with your partner on the phone. Your partner is cooking. You are also cooking. You are sharing, memories that.
Do you know what it will eat? Data lumaje is data that we eat.
And subscribe for you.
Okay.
Subscribe for your partner. Gift deliveries is everywhere in the world. There's no excuse.
All right, data lumaje is data that will eat. So budget-friendly alternative ideas. Do it yourself, just like Kike said earlier on for the massage and everything. Considering creating personalized low-cost items such as handmade cards or a memory box rather than expensive conventional gifts. Then home-based celebration. You do know that most of the time you with your loved ones, whoever is your friend, your family, your pastor, your partner, being home is like
some people actually love to be home rather than being out at the restaurant or something.
Most of the time it cements the relationship, it rekindle that moment. So please, if you want to be home, it's a very good one. Plan a romantic home cooked dinner, a movie night. I'm talking about movie, YouTube.
In fact, they're already bringing out movies today
for Valentine movie.
You have at least 10 Valentine.
Please give us 2 producers that that they will give us a Valentine movie.
You see, Mama Kadiri is probably going to give us.
I was expecting that.
She is bringing a Valentine movie. I think I can't remember the name, but there are a lot. If you just go there, you will see a lot of Valentine movies. What am I even saying? Uche Montana is also bringing a Valentine movie currently. She already posted about it. So
was it the one she did with Chike Dike?
No, that's not.
Okay, that one is different.
She has a new one that she just posted I think today. So you have a lot of beautiful people that are going to give Valentine movies, rom-com that you're going to, feel like you are in love again. you have to go and just search it. It's just data.
You are not wood.
Abio.
So
even though there is nobody that you to set up your own Valentine date yourself. Do Valentine with yourself. Love yourself. Love. The charity they say begins at home. If you don't love yourself, nobody can love you the way you want them.
The Christians should do Valentine on Saturday, and they should go to church and continue Valentine on Sunday. Exactly. There's no fight. So please create fun. Engage in unique, low-cost, shared activities such as cooking, dinner. Building indoor for yourself. Taking a scenic walk in local park or where available. Yeah, evening walk.
You don't have time to go for a picnic. Take a walk in your street. It's also a way for you to connect with your partner.
And thrift store, to go to thrift, buy what you can afford. If you cannot afford the designers, of course, we have first grade that you wear and you look good. So it's important to talk about singles, okay?
Yes.
Because if we are talking about this thing now, we know God of are we so what is really happening? So we single people, we need to talk about it because me, I'm single. So let's face ourselves. Some people, we know them. Yeah, so for singles, so you can attend events, Valentine themed, fun social gatherings. And I said something earlier on that on best weekend days there are some events that will be taking place in Lagos. So we'll give you all those updates on best weekend days soon. So it's going to be fun social gatherings. If you are single, go and meet your friend. Go die. Go and meet your friend. If you don't have friend, go out with your neighbor. Sit, let's talk. What is happening? Go to local lounge and event centers. And if you are also single tomorrow, self-care is important. I think Valentine has to do with you loving yourself first.
Exactly, love yourself. I feel like loving yourself is even very important. If you don't love yourself first,
nobody can love you like you.
You will not even understand how worthy you are of a
Nobody is perfect. Yeah, we all have our flaws. So just embrace yourself for that moment, okay? And work on you. It's not that hard. So use that to pamper yourself, your skincare routine, and enjoy yourself. So act of kindness is very, very important tomorrow. It's not about the Roxy, not about the exchange of gifts. No. Consider spreading love through small everyday act of kindness in the community, and not to the deeper meaning of love in challenges. So for tomorrow to be a glamorous day, we all know that it's going to be a reflections moment for many. So please celebrate. I said you can go to church. So we all know. And looking at it, some churches or some gatherings can organize like a picnic, small Valentine event. So you can go and ensure you plan ahead. Definitely you can still do your planning today. It is not too late. And next week would likely ask you what you did for Valentine, which is important. Kike, we're about to draw the curtain on the conversation. Your advice?
Well, like we said on the program, loving yourself. Valentine's Day is not just about loving other people or celebrating loved ones. I think it's already established that Valentine's Day is not just for people that are in a romantic relationship, is for everybody. But love yourself first and understand that being single is not a crime. You didn't commit any crime. If you don't have anybody to celebrate,
please, that line, take it again.
Being single is not a crime, actually. So if you don't have anybody to go to Valentine's Day with, you can always celebrate Valentine's Day.
I thought you wanted to say if you don't have anybody to celebrate, you can always call me.
Call me, kid. Don't call me.
Okay, then.
We can talk about the phone. I think a girl even came out. I think I saw it on social media on TikTok. She was like, if you are a single person and you want to go out on Valentine's Day with me at a picnic, you drop the location. Just one person, please, let's go together. You fund your money and fund just for us to socialize. So it's the way of socializing. If you want to try that, you can try it, but make sure that where you are going to and you're the one choosing is a very, very safe place for you.
That is very, very important. And Kike, I thought you did not see something different, like the preparation, like preparing for Valentine.
There's no preparation. I've already been seeing people carrying. Oh, if you want to wear white and red, and if you don't want to wear white and red, it's not compulsory. But at least it's the color of Valentine's Day, so make it worth it.
All right, we've come to the end of the conversation. It's a very beautiful one. Love, love. God is love, and talking about love, you have to reciprocate love. And before you even reciprocate it, you cannot give what you don't have. You have to show yourself love, and that is what experts are always saying. There is an English word that says self-love is very, very vital and is key. Thank you so much for enjoying the conversation. I know you enjoyed this, and of course we enjoyed it as well in the studio. We appreciate you. Please follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Enjoy your Valentine with God. Bye.
You're watching ConsumerHalla TV. ConsumerHalla TV is everything consumer advocacy, consumer rights, everything that has to do with consumers. On this TV, you'll watch, you'll learn, you'll be educated, and you'll be entertained. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Olubukola Ozone, a photographer and a social media enthusiast. You're watching ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy TV. If you have a problem, anything, any consumer related problem, just holla at them, just like their name implies, and they're going to get it sorted for you. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Joba Jalabi. I'm a marketing communications professional. I currently lead marketing at Flash Change, a fintech startup. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV, a consumer advocacy channel.
Hello, my name is Sharon Rotimi. I'm an actor and I am on ConsumerHalla TV. Now, ConsumerHalla TV is a consumer advocacy channel. So if you have any issues, consumer-related issues with brands and services, you can reach out to them and they'll be sure to handle it or to cater to you. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Iyebiye Adeton. I'm a film poster designer and illustrator. This is ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy channel. We show content on consumers-based news, entertainment, and all of that. So I urge you guys to stay tuned to ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Anoluwapo Alao, a sales consultant for Star Times Nigeria. This is a ConsumerHalla TV, where they discuss anything consumer needs, and you get knowledge about anything about consumer. So keep watching it.
Hi, my name is Adebola Ogushino. I'm a filmmaker and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. Any consumer related issues, they've got you.
Hi, my name is Stephen Olorunshisi. I'm a strategy and sales professional, currently working with Obey, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. I mean, this is one of the channels that you don't want to but stay on. Consumer advocacy, brand promotion, everything consumer, what you need to learn for your business to grow. This is a channel where you learn, where you experience entertainment too, but it's good for businesses, for brands, and for an entrepreneur. If you want to know more about businesses, want to know more about brands, please stay watching. Alright, thank you so much, ConsumerHalla TV. Keep watching.
Hello, good day. My name is Tunde Balogun. I'm the lead pastor at the Kingsborough Church in London. And you're watching ConsumerHalla TV, which is a new initiation into the TV industry in Nigeria, the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I know that it's going to bring value and quality into the service industry. ConsumerHalla TV is here to offer value to service industry and to give a voice to consumers, bring awareness to the brand industry, and also bring education to what it is to have quality for what you paid for. I know that through ConsumerHalla TV, you are going to be able to get what you have paid for quality-wise, and also give a voice to you in wherever it is that you do. I am here to support and give a shout out to say that keep watching ConsumerHalla TV, and we'll have a better quality for value in Nigeria.
And welcome to Real Estate Today on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Habefe. You know what we do here? We bring you the latest development shaping Nigeria real estate and housing sector, from urban displacement and court action to rental market shifts and affordability concern. And today, you know how we do it. When you see me, you get to see Irimufe on the show, whereby we bring you updates. So Irimufe, say hi to the viewers.
Hello, how are you doing today? It's another beautiful week.
Yeah.
And it's time to talk about real estate. And I'm quite sure you're as happy as I am, because you know one thing, when it's real estate, we are talking about data, we are talking about updates, we are talking about housing development and everything you need to know about real estate today.
Okay, so now let's move on. Makoko demolition spark fresh housing concern. According to retention item in Makoko, Lagos, following ongoing demolition that have left thousands of residents displaced, raising renewed concern around urban redevelopment, housing rights and resettlement plans. Residents say the demolition, which began last week, were carried out without adequate notice or alternative housing arrangements how they would relocate. Protests erupted as affected families demanded clarity on relocation and compensation, while authorities maintained that the actions were part of border safety and environmental measure. This development has once again placed the spotlight on waterfront housing, informal settlements, and the human cost of urban renewal in Lagos. Why does it matter for consumers? It means it highlights the risk of living in high-risk or unplanned areas. It also signals the need to verify housing security and relocation plans. It encourages renter and buyers to consider safer regulated housing options.
This is a whole lot, in as much as the government is trying to, consider some housing redevelopment. My concern is leaving residents in a state of confusion, in a state of what is next. Because when demolitions happen in these cases, government sometimes just overlook the safety and well-being of these people. Fine, demolition.
I love the parts that you said they don't look. I love the parts that you said they don't look at human side of the story and just wake up one day and all of that. Well, I think most of the time it is. I don't think it is necessary whereby government will wake up one day and decide to demolish. Most of the time they are demolished. Most of the time they are always warnings and pyro notice, but people don't really take it to heed. They don't listen. They'll be like, oh, this is my home. Where do they want us to start from? They're always waiting. I'm not stating the fact that what happened is a good thing and all of that, at least looking at human angle, because I could remember a production I went out to do for in the marketplace and all of that, and a particular market that I went to, they were clamoring on Makoko being their largest customers and all of that, but due to the fact that their own Lagos is demolishing their building and all of that, they themselves, they didn't see their largest customers in the market to come and buy something, and that is due to the fact that the demolition and all of that. Because the person that is not actually fine, that is not okay, that is going through all this, will the person be thinking about going to the market to get things? And that alone is affecting other people because they feel Makoko is one big
it's actually an inland area. Waterfront and all that, and most community people there, it's just like a kind of communal lifestyle. Everybody, they are used to each other. I'm not against demolition. Like you said, one of the things we should consider is the fact that, okay, whenever you want to buy a property or you want to live in an area, ensure that, okay, you verify. But at the same time, in as much as you are doing this, you should come from the place of empathy. You should try to consider people, because once you demolish their buildings, where are they to go? Are there compensations? What is the welfare you have provided for these people? And again, like they said, I'm quoting Mr. Femi Falana, he said state governments have no control over inland waterways. So if state government has no control, then why is the Lagos state government, why do they have to demolish? And it was ruled by the Supreme Court to seeing what will become of Makoko after demolition. I want to see what the government, because this is for urban redevelopment, so I want to see, in as much as they have their, I'm not against the government, it's not even, but I just want to ensure that, okay, we need development, fine, then at the end of the day, we just, like you said, the human angle to these things, They are very important.
Yeah, very, very important. Okay, so let's proceed. Federal government seek foreign partnership to boost housing delivery. According to The Guardian, the federal government, through the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangewa, has intensified efforts to attract foreign investment and technical partnership into Nigeria's housing sector. Speaking recently at an international housing engagement involving global developers and investors, the minister highlighted Nigeria's renewed Hope housing program, stressing the need for collaboration in housing construction, building materials production, and mortgage financing. The discussion focused on accelerating housing delivery and reducing construction costs across the country. This move comes as the government looks to close Nigeria's housing deficit by working more closely with both local and international private sector players. Why does this matter for consumers? It means it could increase the availability of affordable homes nationwide, signal potential reduction in construction costs, which may translate to lower purchase prices of rents, open opportunities for access to mortgage financing and structured housing solution.
Interesting one. I'm always big on collaboration, not just in the real estate sector, across different sectors. And when you look at construction cost, it's a whole lot, and governments really need to see reasons for collaboration. And you know, at the end of the day, when it involves international, you know, the other day we were talking about private and state, yes, collaboration. Now it's international, and it's a big one because the federal government is involved in this, so it's going to open more doors. It's going to open more channels for other, you know, countries to see that okay, housing development is possible in Nigeria too. But the only thing is, we, in as much as we are working on housing, we should also work on security, because there's no way you work on housing and you neglect security. If you want foreign investors to come into the country to, you know, work on construction costs, to work on building materials, you know, all of these things, because they are intertwined. At the end of the day, if there are collaborations, the prices of housing, it reduces, because especially construction costs, it's a whole lot. That's why you can see landlords telling you that do you know how much I spent even by building materials alone? They are very expensive. So all of these things is very good, but at the same time we need to work on our security in as much as we work on housing
development. We need to work on security. Okay, now let's proceed. Lagos renter turn to peripheral areas. According to Nairametric, a recent report shows that renters in Lagos are increasingly turning to peripheral areas such as Ikorodu, Badagry, Ekpe, and Ojo, driven by rising rental costs in prime locations. The report highlights that demand is shifting as households seek more affordable housing options, with two-bedroom apartments in these areas remaining within reach of average earners compared to central Lagos. Why does it matter for consumers? It means it helps renters identify budget-friendly location. It also encourages informed relocation decision. It also reflects changing housing demand pattern. And I think we've discussed about it, whereby we took a snapshot of what happened last week, whereby we brought out and break down prices of houses in Badagry, Ekpe, Ikorodu, to compare them to Atlantic, Lekki, areas like that. So I think we discussed this last week, whereby, and according to the report, it actually give you the chance for you to check your pocket to know where you stand. Oh, this is what I can afford. This is what is going to work for me. So I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair, and you know, it's going to bring about development in all these areas as well. So, you know, there are some places people just want to stay in Lagos, but it's different ballgame for different people, because if you work in a place that not everybody will move to Ekpe, not everybody. If you have a business that is booming, in whatever area you're staying, you not see, because houses are cheaper in Ekpe or Badagry, then you leave your business. Except if the way to commute to that place, you're not going to spend so much on transportation, fine. But commuting from one place to the other, it also matters at the end of the day. So it's good. It makes people have this informed decision of, okay, I'm just starting out life, where, or I have a family, which possible areas can I really afford rent? So they can look at all those. That's why I bring all these updates, so that they can know that according to their budget, they can get, you know, conducive and very. I'm quite sure these areas are serene, they are calm, compared to some places you get to in Lagos. I'm like, oh, what part of Lagos is this?
Okay, surge and demand for 2-bedroom flats across Nigeria. According to Nairametric and the latest housing market update, 2-bedroom flats, what many middle-class families want, are now the most sought-after residential units in cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, because they balance cost, space, and future investment value. Analysts explain that the rent and purchase appeal for this type of unit is driving demand across urban hubs. According to market data, the preference is driven by affordability, functionality, and rental value, making 2-bedroom units attractive to both tenants and property investors. Why does this matter for consumers? It means it shows where buying or renting demand is strongest right now. It also helps house hunters narrow down property type for better budgeting. It also guides investors towards units that are easier to rent and liquidate, supports better housing planning decision. And I think this is actually real, especially among the guys. Whenever they want to get an apartment, they will always say, let me start with 2-bedroom, because we never could tell what could happen. Maybe from there, they want to start planning their life and all of that. But most of the time, I always notice this among the guys. They will always tell you, why do you want me to start like, I want to start my life now, moving out from my parents' house. I want to start with a single bedroom, like 1-room apartment. No, I prefer 2-bedroom. In my head, why are they like this? I remember a friend telling me, you're a lady now. From parents' house or a room apartment, you can decide to move to your husband's house. But the guy has to plan ahead for the future, because you could never tell what could happen. So I'm not surprised with this report saying 2-bedroom apartment is the sort after in Lagos right now. I'm not surprised.
Well, it's a very good one. At least you have cities like Abuja, Port Harcourt. You know, it just shows how the economy is. It shows what is affordable right now. It shows what people want, and it goes both ways, because people want to rent, and developers, landlords can know that, oh, if you have 3-bedroom apartment or 4-bedroom, whatever bedroom apartment you have, if it is not so, you might chances that if before you get anyone to rent it, compared to someone who has 2-bedroom apartments, they are just trying to say that 2-bedroom apartment now is golden.
Yes,
because people just want to, they just want any means to get an apartment that is budget friendly, because yes, it's when you compare budgets, you spend over 2-bedroom apartments compared to 3-bedroom, 4-bedrooms, then you'll be spending more. So like you said, for people it's easier for them if they are just starting out life, or even you have a family, the couple can be using one and their children using one. So and if you are visiting, you know that there's no room for you.
And if you are visiting, probably it's just a single person staying, you can always give the person a visitor room, the spare room. So I guess most of the time that is what people consider whenever they want to get an apartment. Oh, I need to be comfortable, how affordable it is, and how functional it will be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it is a good one. Let's proceed. Lasrera issues fresh warning to property seekers in Lagos. According to Lasrera and Vanguard, the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, Lasrera, has again warned residents against engaging with unregistered real estate agents and developers in the state. The agency reiterated this advisory during a recent public notice, reminding Lagosians that only licensed practitioners are legally permitted to operate. Lasrera stressed that dealing with unregistered agents exposes buyers and tenants to fraud, illegal fees, and prolonged disputes. the authority has encouraged residents to verify agents and developers through its official channel before making any payments. Why does it matter for consumers? It means it reduces risk of fraud and property disputes. It also promotes accountability and safety in property transactions. It also ensures adherence to official regulatory standard. If you are not new to this program, let me start from there. If you are not new to this program, you know, day by day, every day, we are always clamoring on this particular segment, where it might either be the last segment of the day or first segment, and that is because we want to always create awareness, be it it is real or not. We just want to create this awareness so that you could always get used to it and not to fall victim of whatever fraudulent transaction between unregistered agents and property. You just need to be safe, and that is why we will keep on bringing these updates day by day for you to get comfortable and get used to it. Whenever you get used to it, you will know, oh, it is my right, it is what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm always supposed to check the portal to always verify whether this agent is verified, registered or not. That is why we will keep on bringing this particular news report to you.
Everything she said, like you, don't they say? Because we talk about this almost every episode, if not all episodes, and I'm surprised. Last year has tried, created awareness campaigns and everything humanly possible to ensure that, please know that it's just for your own safety, it's for your own financial security. Because if at the end of the day you engage in any fraudulent form, even if you take it to last year, nobody would, because if I thought they would help you resolve it, at the end of the day, it still boils down to the fact that last year has done something that is very tangible by giving you the awareness. Why in the whole, it's just like trying to frustrate their efforts because they've told you, please do not engage with any unregistered house agent. Then you should verify. If you say, okay, how would I know this person is real or not? Verify, go to their portal, check. Then
ask the agent for his ID number.
Then
you just go there, search the ID number out. It is very simple. I remember myself and Remofe last week, we were talking about a particular segment whereby Lasera has joined and with Lagos State government and all of that. And Remofe was like, why is it that this Lasera keep clamoring and keep this and people are still falling victim? And I tried to tell Remofe that we ourselves, it starts with us, because most of the time we are always like, oh, I really need, I will not say we are under duress, we are not under duress because we know what we are doing. We always, because it's all over the news, if you pick your phone now and browse, you always see this. But then because I have the money and because according to the news we saw last week, whereby the WhatsApp message we showed, whereby the person was like, are you ready to pay? Because a lot of people are already in the in my DM. It's first come, first to serve. Because we don't know our rights. We are always like, oh, I really do need this apartment. I really do need this. Then we ignore the necessary laws we are supposed to follow. And that alone is always causing a lot of harms. Then we'll start crying out. We put ourselves on the internet and start crying. I was duped by one agent and all of that. Whereas you are the one that decided to fall victim for this. Which is not meant to be. Which is
not meant to be. The change we all clamor for begins with every one of us.
Exactly.
And in as much as we might have been ignorant of some things which we didn't know, but now it is unlawful to engage with any unregistered house agents. Please, every day people need house, they need apartment, they need property for different things. Then fraud is something that nobody prays for. So to prevent stories that hurt, stories that church, you just have to stop dealing with any unregistered agents.
And you can believe a lot of numbers of agents, house agents we have now. Everybody is now an agent. That is the main reason why Lasera keep shouting, keep posting the report and all of that. Do not fall victim. Okay, now before we move, before we go down to Consumer Corner, we will be right back. Let's go on a short break.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHallaTV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrives.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
Welcome back. We are still on Real Estate Today on ConsumerHalla TV. If you just joined in, welcome. You've not missed a lot, like I always say. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, share. Yeah, always share to those, especially those that need this vital information. You can always share or call them in to always join, because we are always here for you. Consumer Corner, always check Lasera agent and developer verification or ConsumerHalla TV for updates.
Yeah.
In case you are lazy, you don't want to go through that stress, don't worry, you can always join us. Tune into ConsumerHalla TV. We are always seated here. You can always see our beautiful faces and handsome faces, so we can just tell you everything you need to know, and you can always comment under the comment section anything you need to know about a particular anything concerning properties. You can always comment and wait for Irimufe to always give you feedback.
Oh, seriously, we just believe that you just have to get serious updates, well informed and analytical content when it comes to real estate, because it's very important. The world is evolving and things are changing every day. If you are staying with outdated information, you might not get to know what is trendy and current. So please do it to always follow ConsumerHalla TV. We would always bring to you updated real estate information.
Okay, so consider renting in peripheral areas to balance cost and accessibility. Always consider renting in all those areas whereby you need to check your pocket, whether it suits me and whether it is closer to where my business is, and all of there are a lot of things we need to put into consideration, and that is why we will always bring you snapshots of places that is very affordable. Be cautious with informal housing or areas prone to sudden redevelopment.
Yeah.
This one too, we are always saying it. Always check check the document for future future issues concerning property. If you are not even aware, if you don't have the idea of all these updates about buildings, that is why me and Iremofe, we are always saying, always call in a legal practitioner, barrister for property testing. They will always guide you. They know all this language. They will be the ones to now explain it in a way you'll be able to understand that, oh, do not do this, do not go for this, do not buy this, thinking of the future and all of that. So you won't put yourself into issues of sudden heart attack later in the future, which is very, very important. So monitor government housing program for new affordable housing opportunities. Always monitor. And that is it on Real Estate Today. I am Elizabeth Avefe, and before I go, let's listen to what Iremofe has to say to the viewers at home.
Well, all I just have to say is keep informed, stay informed, know more about real estate, and if you know to share information with every other person, because someone somewhere needs information about. We all need information every day about housing and development, so please do well to share with someone, stay informed, inform other people too, and also, especially in the case of rentals, please ensure that you are not scammed. It's very, very dangerous, because the aftermath is something you have to consider. Okay, in a nutshell, what Iremofe is trying to tell you guys is that do not gatekeep. We don't gatekeep here, so why are you gatekeeping? That is why I said always stay informed and stay protected. So we'll come again. Bye for now.
Alright, welcome back to another beautiful episode of Fashion Freaks on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Kike Lomo at Jibola, and I have with me in the studio Matilda Omenai. Thank you so much for joining the program once again.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Talking to you. Thank you so much.
We just started though. Let's not start though. Okay.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining the program once again this afternoon on ConsumerHalla TV. And just in case you haven't subscribed or followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube. Subscription is absolutely free. All our ConsumerHalla TV. Thank you so much once again. This is Fashion Freaks, where we talk about everything fashion. We tend to bring a lot of beautiful pictures, videos. We've not got to the videos yet, but it's coming very, very soon. Beautiful pictures from our celebrity around the world. But right now, we're dealing with Nollywood, Hollywood very soon. So we're going to be bringing pictures that we have seen on the street of Instagram this past few days. You can say a week back. So we're going to be talking about that, discussing what fits our aesthetic, and if it looks nice, trust me, I am Matilda. I'm going to be rating it a rating of over 10, and 5 is a mid, right?
Yeah, 5 is mid.
5 to 6 upward to 7 is very, very good. 9 to 10 is excellent. So we are here today once again. Matilda, how are you doing this time?
Glad you asked. I'm fine. I'm good. In fact, I'm excited. In fact, yeah.
Excited about what? Tell me.
I'm excited. I had good news when I walked into the office today, and I'm like, I can't wait for us to finish this program.
Wow.
So yeah,
it has to be your own people. It has to be your own people.
Did I say anything?
It has to be your own.
Did I point fingers?
You know when Matilda is excited, it's only when it's about me. I'm the love of her life. I'm the only thing she thinks about.
Yeah, so delusional.
I am delusional. Trust me. This particular conversation, I know for sure you're thinking about me in your head, but anyways, let's get into the conversation and let's see the beautiful pictures our celebrity had to offer for us today. We're talking about the program. And by the way, Vicky James announced that she's pregnant.
I was expecting it. I was so happy.
We've been new, but like we just wanted to like
Yeah, we knew actually. Yeah, but then it was oh my god! Did you see the video they posted? Like I was shedding tears.
It's me and Elizabeth upstairs. I and Elizabeth were like, Elizabeth was crying, and there's one girl now in this particular establishment. Please, she was like, "Why are you crying?" No,
like it was so
emotional. It was so emotional.
I cried
and
too.
And whoever is saying that she has not waited for that long, can you keep your mouth shut? Like,
I saw the post.
You can't dictate for how much somebody can want something in their life because
you can't downplay people's emotions or achievements.
Nigerians, you tend to do that a lot. Please grow up. This is 2026, big 2026. You have to change your ways by dictating for people how to live their moment. It is that moment. It's not your own moment. Please don't get me angry this afternoon. But let's start with Timini and Buson.
Oh, the love of your life,
my baby. My baby. Look at this boy. We can't see the 1 year actually. Yeah.
Okay. He looks fine.
This picture? I think this picture is for a promotional promotion for his movie, the new Love and New Notes.
He looks fine.
That is coming to the cinemas. I think it's giving olden days Bridgerton vibe in a way.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's the dress code for the movie
Speaking
premiere.
of Bridgerton, so I saw this movie that's I think maybe it was like a trailer or something. I think it was a zombie apocalypse, and I'm like, when did we start creating movies like this?
Was the producer.
I saw Shai Rossman there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but with Michael Dapper, we're gonna see the picture of these people also. But
okay.
Anywho, this is the picture of
Timini,
and it looks so cute. Always looking cute.
Cringe.
He is looking young and healthy.
Strong and healthy.
Okay, what are you gonna write?
When did you start this?
Oh my god, please. I don't want to get cancelled. What do you think about the fit?
Well, he looks good. I like the fit. It's giving like you said, Bridgerton vibes. Yeah, I like it.
It's giving Merlin, the land of mass.
Yeah, it also looks classy too.
Yeah,
so,
very classy.
So I'll give it an 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8 too. I love the color palette. It's looking so nice, and I love all the background, the
dirt on the floor, and
it's giving what it meant to give. So he ate and left no crumbs.
The crumbs are on the floor, Sha.
Oh, that one enter. All right, let's go to Auntie Funke Akindele. With the old saga on the internet this time.
Yeah. What do you think? In fact, I this is the first time I'm seeing Funke come out.
Yeah,
like,
because it's actually just very annoying. To me, it is annoying. Let people do what they have to do.
Exactly.
She is selling a market the way she wants to sell a market, and if you don't like it, do your own way. Do your own thing your own way.
She's doing what works for her,
and she's the best in the game.
Exactly.
Chalk on it.
Compete with her December. You know why she's the best.
That's why she's the best.
First off, that outfit, I love the top.
I love everything
because it looks so good. I feel like I can see my reflection on it.
Yeah,
it looks very good.
It's giving I am dominating the world.
The shoes also, like I saw the close up of the shoes, and I'm like, what?
There is it. Oh my god!
Like what?
This has to be one of my favorite outfits on the internet this past few
days. It's a 10. I give it
a 10. 10 over 10 minus nothing.
I like the skirt. Like what?
Everything. Funke always eats. She never misses. Like everything, the background, everything is complementing everything. I love the outfit.
Beautiful. 10.
Beautiful outfit. 10 over 10 minus nothing.
Minus nothing.
And the hair suits the attire.
Yes.
And now to the birthday girl. Shout out to the birthday. We have a lot of people that have celebrated their birthday in January.
Who?
Especially people who are born in January. I'm one.
Remember when I said at the beginning of this show that you are very delusional, but let's continue.
She's jealous because she can't relate.
I actually know that special people are born in June, but I know
I'm not disagreeing with you. Everybody's month is special. You are just a very crazy human being. Special people are born in January because we open the year with good fortune, love, and harmony, and all saga. We carry it.
You opened the year January. January has been a very overwhelming month for me. So you still see what your month has brought.
Okay.
Please let's move on. I don't want to talk about it.
Emisi celebrated her birthday recently, and the gram felt her present.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Her style is
She hurts, and the hair. I feel like this is a very signature hair for Emisi. She always liked this updo.
And she looks like Vicky.
In a way, yeah. Just that yeah, she's stunning. What are you gonna rate this outfit?
I'll give it an 8.
I'm gonna give it a 9. No, sorry, a 7.
Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Why 7? Why did you go down? You went up
No,
before.
no, I wanted to say 7. Just my brain, it's tickling me.
I know why your brain is tickling.
Oh wow! Clap for yourself. All right, let's go. I know you know your designers. I would want you to actually tell me who designed this outfit.
Tiana.
It has to be her. Nobody else.
She has. There's a way she just designs. You just know it's her.
If you see a Vicky James dress,
You know. If you see Prudent,
if you see a Prudent, you will know this is a Prudent dress.
This one, Tiana. Like
Tiana.
You can already see it on the body. Like her name is written
Tiana
all over
Khadija.
it.
Who did that particular
Yes.
This particular outfit is really, really giving. I love it. What are you going to rate that creativity? Because it's a creative outfit.
I'll give it a 10, honestly.
I'm gonna give it a 10 over 10.
People have been complaining about how Emisi dresses. Like sometimes they'd say her designer this, but then this particular outfit,
I bet the outfits
her designer went all out.
And this particular corset type, it is this particular breast cut, it is definitely Tiana's handwork. If you don't know who Tiana Empire is, you don't know nothing, because she's one big amazing human being in the fashion industry for Nigeria. We move away from this particular dress to another beautiful dress that Emisi set. She served us. This I absolutely.
I'ma tell something, child. I don't know. I'm not Yoruba, so yeah. I'ma tell something. I'ma tell sexy. Tell sexy.
I swear, I can't with this girl. What are you gonna rate this outfit? I love the outfit.
I like it, but I'll give it maybe like a 7.
I'm gonna give this outfit a 9.
A 9.
I love this outfit. I love whatever is going on with the cape at the hand side. It's just giving, I am an angel. I came in like, oh no, she did not come like a wrecking ball.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Bro, look at her. Look at her. Perfection.
Her face card.
Giving. Clocky. Let's move away from Emisi Oluwa to Akifanimu. Akifanimu, I saw him at the movie premiere of Everything is New Again, but with Vinyl Lugu and Messi Aigbe. I don't know if you've seen the trailer of that movie going on.
No, I haven't.
Went for the movie premiere.
Oh, that's really nice.
Went there. If you haven't seen that particular video of the interviews for the red carpet, go and check Screen Time playlist on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. You're gonna see beautiful, amazing videos that we made. I and Iremofeko Forola. But let's move on and let's go back to Akifanimu. Akifanimu's outfit for a guy, I think it stole everything for me today.
You know why I like this outfit? It's the color.
Yeah.
Like, you get it.
You wouldn't think a purple like this would suit a man. But then it
look at the background also. Like, it just looks very good.
I love feminine energy. Like, I love to display the fact that I can style anything and look freaking amazing.
I'm gonna say 10.
I'm gonna give it a 10 over 10
like
minus
what?
Nothing. And then we have another beautiful man.
Beautiful man.
A beautiful man.
A beautiful man.
Completely slayed the purple outfit.
Who's that?
The star of the show, the main character of the movie, Everything is New Again. If you haven't seen it, Vinyl Lugu.
Who's this fine man?
Oh, it's my new crush.
You moved from Timini?
No. Timini, I have like 5 people that I absolutely love. Vine is we've met I think twice at the premieres, and he's a gorgeous human being. He's such an amazing and a wonderful guy. Like he's just down to earth. This
please.
This guy is so fine. Ooh, look at the accessories at his neck.
I feel like he's staring at me.
Yeah, like that picture, like you know, calm down. And I love the glasses. It's a reflection of purple in a way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that outfit a 9 over 10 minus nothing.
I'll give it a 9 also.
Yeah? Oh god, the guy is so cute. And then we have the Achalugo of everything is new again. The female main character. That was the main character. It's a love age relation love gap.
A age gap. You see when I said something?
Age gap relationship. relationship. I think the guy was 27, the woman was 45.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she was 45 in the movie. So yeah, let's see Mercy Aigbe.
Wow.
He deserves the sigh.
Wow.
Mercy is stunning.
There's this song. Hey, 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 hey. And the angels are singing. Oh no, I can't remember. Like, it was running on TikTok that time. Immediately I saw her. That's the song that came to my head. Yes.
The hair, the everything. Stunning.
She looks like a goddess.
Yeah,
she's so beautiful.
If you see, and she's such an amazing soul. Like, this woman is an embodiment of gorgeousness. She's amazing. She makes you feel comfortable whenever you're interviewing her. I just absolutely love this person. I'm gonna give that outfit a solid 9 over 10. Nothing.
Me too. I'll give her a 9 over 10.
Yeah, and then we have the beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, the most Gen Z person I've ever met in my life.
Is this Angel?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't look like her.
Stunning. I remember when I first approached her, I'm like, can you please grant in an interview? Like, oh no, that's fine. All our answers is giving a thorough Gen Z. Like, she is a thorough Gen Z. Like, she came to bear her mind and she wasn't scared to talk about it. And she has a picture with Iremo Fe. She posted it on her
Yeah, I saw
page.
that.
You saw it, yeah. Yeah, so Angel outfit. I saw this outfit up close, so I know what the outfit is looking like. I'm going to give the outfit an 8 over 10.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, the outfit is very cute. And then Nancy Isimen.
Nansley.
Nansley, she came to
Okay.
Let's look at Nancy Isimen's outfit. Look at that. The color of the day was purple. Funny how I was going to the premiere, but because I wasn't doing the red carpet. But this outfit, I saw it. This outfit is a 10 over 10 minus nothing.
It actually looks very good.
Everybody's gonna tell me this outfit is a 10 over 10.
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah. And then people were invited to the Bridgerton season 4.
Oh, I saw Shine Rossman and I bowed.
Have you seen other people's outfits? Let's go and see Efeele's outfit for the Bridgerton season 4. I think premiere or opening. I don't know what they were doing, but sorry.
Oh, goddamn.
That is Efeele. Wow. That is Efeele. Wow. Stunning. Who would have thought this type of color of green was gonna be amazing? Look at the eyeshadow, the creativity, the intentionality, the stunningness. It's giving 1 million over 1 million over nothing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at her nose ring. I like
Everything is stunning. I love the outfit. I'm gonna give this outfit a solid 9.5 over 10.
I'll give it a 9.
And then the start of the show, our most favorite person that we always tend to talk about, Shine Rossman. Clocky.
Miss Sparkle.
Oh, Shine.
Miss Sparkle.
Shine. Aguai. You are so beautiful. Stunning. Stunning girl. You are so fine. I love this lady. Like, I love her so much. Her energy is absolutely amazing. She's such an amazing human being. What am I gonna rate this outfit?
A 10.
A 10?
A 10.
A 10
It's
over
a 10.
A 10 over 10. Let's quickly round up with the Bridgerton vibe, and then we'll go for our news, and then quickly come back to finish up Fashion Freaks. And then Idia came out with this beautiful velvety material that is giving Queen Charlotte. Yeah, I am. I love everything about this outfit. It is giving a proper Bridgerton vibe, without the incorporation, of a little bit of new stuff going on there. What do you think about this outfit?
I like it.
I love it.
I love it. I give it a 9.
I'm gonna give it a solid 10 over 10.
Beautiful.
I love everything about that outfit. Let's see if we have another one. So now I think we're done with the Bridgerton clique.
Yeah.
Then Etim went, I think Uzo Arukwe went, other people, because we couldn't get their pictures. But let's quickly go on a short break, and when we get back, we'll continue talking Passion Freaks on ConsumerHalla TV. Stay connected to us and don't go anywhere.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the